Hey coding crews, welcome to our new YouTube channel, MyWAY-Codezzz in English. So from today onwards, we'll be embarking on the new journey where we will be starting HTML course. So in this course today, we will be starting with the structure. We'll see somewhat theory, then we'll move on to the practical. Okay, so the most important point about the HTML is the basic language of all programming language when it comes to designing the web pages. Now you can say HTML is the basic foundation of the web pages, or else you can say it is the skeleton of the web pages, and the CSS will give its what do you say, like on the skeleton, the skin is the CSS. So it is a, I hope it's a better example for defining HTML and CSS. Okay, so the most important point about HTML, we'll see from basic to advanced level how HTML works, how CSS will add its value to the HTML, how web pages will work via HTML and CSS, and then after strengthen our basics, we'll move on to the advanced level courses like JavaScript is there, TypeScript is there, React.js, Node.js, Next.js is there, so many courses and so on. The new technologies will also arrive, will work on that as well. But the most important point currently, what is HTML? So, are you really interested for this course? So let's get started. So without wasting too much time, let's move on to the documentation part first. First, we will see it's some basic theory. Then we will move on to the practical, because I'm not a big fan of theory that much. But for better understanding, we'll see basic theory of HTML. Then suddenly we will move on to the practical part. So let me share my screen. So this is the documentation. Personally, I prefer the documentation for HTML and other programming language will comes from MDN Web Docs. There, the brief introduction regarding any of the language from basic to advanced, they have given each and everything in a very depth. So, as I say, I'm not a big fan of theory. We'll see only basic things, then suddenly we'll move on to the practical part, because practical part will explain you in more depth. It will give you the proper idea how exactly HTML works on web pages, how its skeleton, why it is called as a skeleton of web pages, how CSS will get applied on those skeletons, and the most important part, how that HTML behaves. What will be its structure on the web pages, how that HTML classes will get defined. Everything we will see in practical. But first, let's get started with somewhat theory. Okay, so here what they have given. See, our first question is, what is HTML? HTML is nothing but hypertext markup language. Is a markup language that tells web browsers how to structure the web pages you visit. Whenever we visit any of the web pages or any of the website, okay, so whatever the structure is defined on the web pages, that is coming from HTML. So that's why HTML is called as a basic and the skeleton of those web pages, because whatever it is getting shown on the web pages, that is coming from HTML documentation. It can be as complicated or as simple as the web developer wants it to be. For junior developer, yes, we know. For every for every junior developer, it will be somewhat difficult to understand what is HTML and how it works. And for the intermediate developer, or you can say the senior developers, that will not that much difficult. Yes, they can design the HTML web pages, but personally they don't work on HTML language. Mostly they prefer to use those HTML in advanced level languages like JavaScript is there, React.js, and so on, advanced languages. So the most important part, HTML consists of a series of elements. Now these elements are nothing but the heading is there, h1, h2, h3, h4. This is called as the series of elements. Then p tag is there for paragraph, then img tag is there for image tag, then anchor tag is there which holds href, where we can give the link properties. And the most important point about this, uh, the HTML personally it get defined in three types. One is the start tag, then content, and then end tag. So the structure will be like that. For example, in a practical scenario, I will tell you. Let me, yes, I have created one folder as basic. Then let me create one file. It's a index.html. So in that, I will explain you in depth. First, let me design the skeleton. This is a shortcut key, but I will explain you in detail. This is just for to understand how that HTML is getting defined in three types. I mean, in three parts. One is starting tag, then its content, and then its closing tag. So it will be like so inside the body. Let's say h tag. Okay, so h1. So the h1, this part is the starting tag. Between this, whatever we will write, that will be its content, and the slash / and h1, it will be its ending tag. So that's why it will get defined in three parts. So one is starting tag, its content, and its ending tag. So this is how the HTML will get defined. Now coming to the again theory. So they have given the enclosing tags can make content into a hyperlink to connect to another page. As I said, there are image tag are there, then anchor tag are there, in which it holds href. Using that href, we can get redirect to another pages. Simply, for example, when we logged into the Facebook, when we clicked on login, it will get redirect to the login page. When we click on create account, it will get redirect to the create account. So this is how the hyperlinks will work for that. For example, let me tell you in a practical scenario directly here. A tag where href is where anchor tab contains href. If we give here the slash login using this hyperlink, let's say login, and when we run this, to run this type of HTML, you should have the extension as a live server. Let me show you that as well. Live server. If you search here in the extension, then you will get the live server. So you can install any of the live server. I have already installed that, so I will directly run that code on a live server. So it's loading. It's taking a while. Now see, in h1 tag, what we have given the hello. Okay. Then after that, anchor tag, and it contains href where the login is there. Now, whenever we clicked on this login, it will show at the bottom. We will get the port number / login. That means whenever we will click on that login on that hyperlink, it will get redirect to that page. So this is how it will work. Okay. Now again, let's move to the documentation part. Now nesting element. Elements can be placed within other elements. This is called nesting. If you wanted to state our cat is very grumpy, we could wrap the word very in a strong element. These strong are nothing but these are the elements of HTML. We can say semantic tags. So if you want, you can do the nesting like in this way. Now here the p tag is there, and inside that p tag, strong tag is there. So this is called as nesting tags, because whenever inside a body, if you apply another body, it will consider to be as a nested tags. Now for example, in a practical, I will tell you. So this is a p tag. So inside that p tag, if I apply h2 tag, so the main part of the tag is p tag, and inside that h2 tag is there. So it will set to be as a nested tags, nested HTML tags. So these things are very important. But while we directly we will see in a practical scenario, whenever we will design any of the web pages, you will get a better understanding how it exactly works. Now the most important part is the void elements. Not all elements follow the pattern of an opening tag, content, and a closing tag. Some element consists of a single tag, which is typically used to insert, embed something in the document. Such elements are called as void elements. Now, for example, as I mentioned, there is image tag. Okay, for void elements is exactly what it contains couple of another the keywords we can say. Now see, the image tag is here. Now inside this image tag there is source and alt tag, because if you don't write this alt tag it will give you an error. So remember, whenever you are writing the image tag, there two things are very important. One is source and another one is alt tag. Okay, now the most important part, let me check. Yes, it's a boolean attributes. The booleans are nothing but the true and false values are said to be as the boolean values. Sometimes you will see attributes written without values. Most of the time you have saw the whenever we define any of the tags in HTML that was without value. So that is entirely acceptable. These are called as boolean attributes, because whenever we will get the result that we will get on the basis of true and false. Now for example, here the input tag is there. So inside that input tag, type text and disabled, it will be disabled. So here you can see no value has been defined. So this is called as boolean attributes, where we didn't apply any of the values, and whenever we will get any of the result, that result we will receive in the true or false format. So these number of this much of theories is all right, because if you when we walk through practically, when we understand its structure, when we define its tag, you will get to know how exactly it is working, how the tags will get implemented into the HTML program. So let's move on to the practical part, because theory is okay, but I will prefer you please walk through the theory, go through the documentation, read each and read most important points. Whenever you will go through the documentation, your theory part will get clear, your basic understanding will get clear. If you get confused, let me know in the comment section. I will create a video for that. But now I will prefer to be moved on practical scenario. Okay. And yes, before moving on to the practical, here are single and double quotes. If you apply the single quotes and if you apply the double quotes, there is no much difference between the single quotes and double quotes. Both will work exactly as it is, because if you apply a anchor tag href, and if you give any of the link, let me take practical. Okay, because practical always give the better understanding of anything. Now let's say again I have defined the anchor tag into which I have given the www. Yes. Now when I will go on to the live server, let me give the content to it as well. Google redirect. Now see, I'm on the live server. Now here I have got one anchor tag. Let me disable this one. So I have commented out. In HTML, this is how you can comment. To comment out, just press Ctrl plus /. It will get comment out. So that means that part will get disabled from that program. So this is how you have to work on comments. There are two types of comments: single line comments and multi-line comments. For single lining comments, simply you can apply the Ctrl /, and for multi-line comments, same thing will happen in HTML. So let's move on here. Now anchor tag and its href, and the content which we have given here, Google redirect. Whenever we will just hover on that Google redirect, at the bottom you will get to know https www.google.com. That means it will get redirect to the google.com whenever I clicked on that. Now I have clicked on that, it will get redirect to the google.com. Now see, yes, the Google is getting redirected. So this is how that hyperlink will work. This is how we can get redirect to another pages on the web pages. So I hope this much of understanding is okay for as per a theory part. Now let's move to the practical part. Okay, so let's open the VS Code. Yes, when I personally prefer to use VS Code. Now, if you have doubts which tool have to use for programming, there are so many. There are VS Code is there, IntelliJ is there, Sublime Text is there. Sublime Text is the old school. So personally, I preferred as a VS Code to use because VS Code give you the better understanding. It has its own uh, extensions. That extension will help you whenever you save the program. It will get document formatted in a specific order. So let me tell you how you can download the VS Code. Just simply go to its official page. Let's take some time. Let it load first. Now, whenever you will reach onto the to its official page, you will get to see if you want to download for Windows, if you want to download for Ubuntu, then Red Hat, Fedora, ASUS, Mac, which is iOS. According to you, you can download. For me, it's Windows 10. Oh, for me, sorry. For me, it is Windows 11. So already I have downloaded that. You can download and install it in your system. Then you can start your programming. So let me explain you the directory structure. First, I have created one folder named as HTML course MyWay, inside which I have given the one folder which is a basic, because we are starting from a basic to advanced. As I have promised you, we'll go through basic to advanced because our basic have to be get strengthened. Then only we can jump onto the advanced level programming languages. But current main focus is basic. Okay, so let's get started with the basic. Now, as I have created one file named as index.html. First, I will explain its skeleton, how it will get defined. So first of all, you have to open the arrow tags, okay, where you have to given doc type in which you can pass HTML, then close it. Now this is the starting of the structure. Now simply just put the HTML. When you type HTML, now see, the first HTML is the starting tag. In between this, the content will come. Now the content here, it will be head, its body, that will be its content, and this is the ending tag. So whatever we are, whatever we will define in this program, that will comes under between the HTML. Now here you can say whatever the contents which we will write, that is getting wrapped with HTML tag. Okay, so this is how you can write. Okay, now inside that HTML, you can give the tag as head tag. Okay, inside the head tag, you can give the title. Then you can give any of the titles. Let's say My Way Programming from Basic to Advanced. Then where the head tag will get end, just below that you can open the body. Now inside that body tag, whatever the HTML tags are there, like h1, h2, div tag, every tag you can give here, and you can design this whole body structure. Now for example, I will give the h2 tag here, sorry, let's say h1 tag, and let's say welcome to our course, welcome to our channel. Now when we will render this onto the live server, we will get to see its heading. Okay. Now let me jump onto the live server. Now see, whatever we have given the heading, the h1 tag, they have already mentioned welcome to our channel. Okay, and the title which you have given, that you will get to see here, My Way Programming from Basic to Advanced. So this is how you can structure your body. Now, which that structure will get start with the doc type HTML. Then main part begins, which will be wrapped inside the HTML tag, and inside that HTML tag, the head will get started. First, the head part will come, in which the title will be there. Then head tag will get closed. After that, the body tag will get open. Inside that body tag, you can write your HTML elements. That might be the series of elements h1, h2, h3, h4. Then p tag is there for paragraph. Image tag is there for image. Then anchor tag is there. There are so many tags. I will explain you one by one. So first we have given the h1 tag. Now we will give p tag. Let's say we will type one paragraph. I will say Lauren tag for 50 words. Just put enter and just put save. Inside that paragraph, you will get the Lauren text. We'll do one thing. We'll wrap all this thing in a one div. It is better to put it in a div. Okay. Now after that, p tag, there you can give the image tag where you can render any of the image. Let's say we'll get any image from Google Pixels. Let's take any of the link from that Pixels. For example, let's take an image of pigeon. Right click and copy its image link. Just copy paste it here and give. It's your choice if you want to give the anything in the alt tag or not. That's your choice. Personally, I suggest you to give, for better understanding, anything in alt tag. So I would say image. Okay. Now when you go to the program, onto your web page, there you will see h1 tag, then its paragraph and the image. Now if you want to get redirect to this page, you simply come here. Now for example, if I want to redirect to the pixels.com, let's test out this link. Is it working? Yes, it's working. So inside that image, just below that image tag, we will give anchor tag, in which we will define the href, where we will give this link, and let's say click me. Just click on that link, you will get redirect to pixels.com. Now see, I'm on the web page. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is the h1, this is a paragraph, this is the image tag, and this is the anchor tag. When you click on this anchor tag, you will get suddenly redirect to pixels.com. So this is how the anchor tags, the image tag, the paragraph, the heading will work. And there are lots of tags. We will see all the tags. HTML. Now see, there are so many tags defined in HTML. Now already we have went through H2 paragraph tags. Yes, let me explain you the series of tags first. H2 tag is there. In that H2 tag, we can give anything. Programming languages. Spelling is wrong. Programming languages. Then you can give H3 tag. This H1, H2, H3 are nothing but it's a series of elements. Okay. Then for H3, we can give HTML language. Then H4 tag, we can give CSS or Sass CSS or Tailwind CSS. Because CSS I have also its family, because it's starting from CSS, then updated version is SAS, then SAS updated version is Tailwind CSS. This is how the series of elements will work. Now there is H1, then H2, H3, and H4. Okay. So if we went to our web page, there you will see all the H1, H2, H3, H4 tags are there. I think it is up to the H5. So totally it's depend on you how you can how if you want to apply those tags there. So that is totally based on you. Now we will see some another tags. Okay, let me explain with this as well. Aside tag, yes. The aside tag is the symmetric tag, which is defined nowadays in HTML. From applying aside tag, you can now here you could see on the left side there is scroll bar that was designed using the aside tag. So there are so many tags. If you go through the documentation, because in one video we can't go through each and every tags. If you went through this documentation, you will get to know how many number of tags are there in HTML, how you can apply, and when we will define, when we will design any of the project, there you will get to know there are so many tags through which we will design the web page UI. Okay. So personally, I would prefer to go through it. Not only that, we can design the colors, we can apply the CSS properties as well, and so on. Now let's say in program, I will apply the background color to the body. Now see, on the background part there is nothing, but I want to apply the background color to it. So simply just go to the body and type style and just mention BGC, which will be a background color, and there simply you can give any of the color, your favorite color that will not pain your eyes. So simply I will just give the gray color. Now here you could see the background color is changed now. So this is how you can apply the HTML properties, HTML tags. So I hope the understanding is clear now, how HTML works, how it will get onto the web pages. Now, one thing which I missed to mention, if there are a couple of browsers like Firefox is there, Mozilla, Edge, Microsoft Edge is there, Google Chrome is there. So this number of browsers, what it does exactly, it reads the HTML documentation, then gets the command, and accordingly it will display the output. Output means its content. So simply we can say browsers take the command from HTML documentation, and that HTML documentation will help browsers to display the content which is defined between those tags. So that contents will appear on the web pages. Remember, on the web pages, never we will receive any of the tags. We will receive its content. So that's why the HTML documentation will give the command to the browsers, and browser will render its content onto the web pages. So this is how exactly the HTML will work. So I hope your understanding is clear about the HTML. In the next video, we will discuss somewhat about the CSS, how you can apply the CSS properties on those HTML tags, how you can design the buttons, the tags, its background color. There are a number of tags are there. So I hope you will go through the documentation, because in one video we can't go through each and every documentation. Personally, you have to go depth into it, because in this video I have given the very important information about the basic of HTML, how it works, how the structure will be get defined inside the body, how you can apply the HTML tags, and the basic foundation is now clear for HTML. Because if this basic foundation is clear, then only we can move on to the projects. Now, in first video, we have gone through a couple of its introduction to the HTML. We saw its structure, then we go through a couple of HTML tags. In next video we will see how we can apply the CSS property to those HTML tags. Then from the third video we will go little bit advanced, like we will use HTML advanced text, how the advanced tags will get applied, how it will get used in uh, used in real-time projects. We will design the projects from fifth or sixth video. We will design a short web page. Then randomly we will go ahead, like from basic to advanced. First we will design a basic project, then we will design some intermediate project, then so on till to the advanced level. Once you will get very much strong into this HTML and CSS, then we can jump onto the JavaScript. Because if you are familiar with the JavaScript family, just I'm giving you the introduction about the JavaScript. The JavaScript is the mother language of all the JS languages, such as React.js is there, Node.js is there, TypeScript is there. TypeScript, you can say it is the updated language of JavaScript. Okay, then Next.js is also there. There's so many JS, another AngularJS is also there. So each and every language we'll see, but our main goal is to strengthen our first step. Then we will move on to the next step, then third step, fourth step. This is how we will cross our path. Okay. So I hope for today's video you found very important learning from this video. I personally ask you to go through the documentation. That means whenever you will come onto the into the second video, we will be on the same page. So that's it for today's video. Make sure to comment, share and subscribe to this video, and share as much as possible. Share this video into your LinkedIn profile. Ask them to subscribe this channel. Share as much as possible, because if you share this channel, if you like this video, it will give me the confidence to provide as much as new content should be provided on this channel. So let's meet up, let's catch up into the next video. Until that time, goodbye and take care.